Welcome to the Library and Rare Books Reading Room of the Jewish Theological Seminary. The JTS Library houses the greatest collection of rare Judaica in the Western Hemisphere, providing the Jewish community and the world with direct access to an astonishing array of materials that speak to Jewish history and to our shared Jewish experience.
Hi, I'm Annabelle Cohen. I'm a third-year PhD student at JTS, and I'm the guest curator of this new exhibition. Today we are in the Dorothy Tapper Goldman Exhibition Gallery, and we will be exploring the objects in this special exhibition, Living Yiddish in New York, which was made possible by the Feingold Haluga Yiddish Collection Fund. The exhibit uses rare archival materials from the JTS collection to provide a snapshot of New York City as an important center of Yiddish life. From 1880 to 1924, approximately 2 million Eastern European Jews immigrated to the US. Almost 2/3 of them settled in New York City, making it the largest urban population center of Yiddish speakers. This exhibit explores the ways in which they adapted, engaged, and sometimes rejected American culture in establishing a distinct Yiddish Jewish life, reflecting both the old and new country. The exhibition documents very well the rise of the Yiddish-speaking Jewish left in New York and the extent to which Yiddish-speaking Jews really participated in the growth of the American left in this period. The items that we have on display were really exciting for me to find because this is actually my research topic, is the Yiddish-speaking Jewish left. Among some well-known publications like the communist Der Hammer, which was the monthly journal that went along with the very well-known communist newspaper Der Morgenfreiheit. Der Morgenfreiheit actually had more readers than the English language communist newspaper, The Daily Worker, which kind of shows you how disproportionately Yiddish-speaking Jews took part in the communist movement in New York. But alongside items like Der Hammer, we also found, in preparing for this exhibition, some really rare publications. So a newspaper called Der Avantgarde, which was, I discovered by reading it and doing a little bit of digging, it was a newspaper of a branch of the International Ladies Garment Workers Union. This was one of the unions that Yiddish-speaking Jews actually were very active in the founding of, and it became one of the biggest workers' unions, labor unions in the US. And in this period, as late as the 1930s, many of its branches conducted their activities mostly in Yiddish. This newspaper is quite funny. It appears to be written by one member of the union who was angry with other members and made a newspaper about it. But it's a very interesting find. We also found a publication called Der Nadelarbeiter, the needle worker, which was a needle trades newspaper. It was edited by one of the communist editors of the Morgenfreiheit, and it shows, among other things, the extent to which communists were trying to really get a foothold in the needle trades, in the needle trade unions. And finally, there's a newspaper called Die Freiheit, not the Morgenfreiheit. That's what I thought I was pulling when I requested it from the archive. But an anarchist newspaper I'd never heard of before that was printed in New York in 1913 and sent back to Europe. So at this point, anarchists in Europe faced huge repression. They could not organize it, especially in Russia. And Jewish leftists were able to use New York as a place to kind of organize and publicize and send things back. So this anarchist newspaper went back to Europe, and it actually then came to JTS with a collection of materials that were rescued after the Holocaust, which is also another thing that we didn't really feature in the end in this exhibition, but a very important reminder of how important New York was in the years after the Holocaust, when so many of the European centers of Yiddish life had been destroyed.